What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today's reaction video is going to be the top 10 most patriotic moments in sports history. I'm assuming this is pretty much USA themed. We've already got, I believe, this is going to test my knowledge a little bit, but I believe that is the Chiefs Stadium. It's like the Red Arrow Stadium or something along them lines. I may be wrong, but it looks like it is the Kansas City Chiefs Stadium there. We've got an American flag on there, and a lot of these compilations on YouTube sort of tend towards the American sports, which I'm not moaning about one bit. I think that says Chiefs at the end. Sorry, I have just noticed. I wasn't tricking you there. I genuinely did not see that until now. I was just like looking at my screen while chatting to you guys. It does say Chiefs there, so I was right. And I know people are going to be skeptic in the comments, but if I'd have seen that, I would have definitely told you. So yeah, it's a top 10 patriotic moments in sports history. We may have seen a couple of these, because I'm assuming maybe like the baseball, the night Osama bin Laden was killed and stuff like that to be in there, which we have already seen, which is a powerful moment, definitely. So without further ado, smash that like button if you enjoy this kind of content. I'd really appreciate it. And if you don't enjoy it, but you just want to hit that like button, just hit it. Like, why not? It goes blue. That's a bit of an incentive. So if you're new around here, smash that subscribe button. I'd seriously appreciate that as well. You're absolute legends. And let's check out the top 10 most patriotic moments in sports history. What we got?
Events are always going to be a central part of the American experience. In the fall, Americans tune in to watch their favorite sports, be it the NFL, MLB, NHL, and even the NBA.
Yeah.
Every 2 years, we come together as a nation to support Team USA in the winter
Yo, fair play. Oh, let's
Summer
go.
Olympics. We even sometimes come together to watch the United States compete in World Cup play. It's happened. From the yellow ribbon tied around the Superdome during Super Bowl 15 to remember hostages taken in Iran, to chants of USA, USA, when a crowd in Philadelphia learned about the death of Osama bin Laden.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, okay, there we go. That is a moment I was talking about. If you haven't seen that video, the reaction will be on the channel. Just have a little look. But what a powerful night.
Sports fans and players wear their American hearts on their sleeves. So
Yeah,
let's check
definitely.
out the top 10 most patriotic moments in sports history.
Let's go.
Number 10. Team USA carries the World Trade Center flag to the Olympics.
Oh,
Rarely
wow.
does a flag presentation at the Olympic Games happen to a quiet crowd. But as 8 members of Team USA, flanked by members of the New York Police Department and New York Fire Department, marched the flag of the host country into the 2002 Winter Olympics in Salt Lake City, you could hear a pin drop. The flag
Wow,
they carried
man.
was found in the rubble of Ground Zero and had flown atop the World Trade Center in New York when the buildings were attacked on September 11th, 2001. That flag was under the debris for 3 days before being found and given to the National Guard. It took some time to convince the International Olympic Committee, who is responsible for keeping politics out of the Games, to approve the display of the torn and tattered banner. But on opening night, the World Trade Center's old glory flew proudly once more.
Wow, man. Again, politics is something you've got to keep away from sports in terms of a lot of stuff. I think it has been documented. I don't need to get into that, but that is an incredible moment, isn't it? A fully deserved moment. Well, you've got another way just to be able to pay your respect, show all your respect to everyone involved. Wow, that must have been so powerful. If anyone was like watching at that time, which I imagine some of you legends were, please let me know just the feelings. If it brings up bad memories and stuff like that, which obviously it potentially will do. If it's too much to talk about, don't let me know. But that must have been such a powerful night, man. Wow. Again, especially that flag as well being brought in, like a flag from it. That's incredible.
Number 9. RULON Gardner defeats the undefeated. For a
Okay.
decade, Alexander Karelin was the world's dominant super heavyweight wrestler.
He's a
By the
beast.
time the 2000 Olympics rolled around, Karelin, aka the Russian Bear, aka Alexander the Great, hadn't been defeated in a match since Russia was still called the Soviet Union.
When you get a name Alexander the Great, you know you've been good. When that becomes your nickname, you know you've been dominant, man. And he looks an absolute animal.
And even then, that was his only loss, until he faced off with a dairy farmer from Wyoming. In 6 years, Karelin hadn't even given up a single point to an opponent.
What?
His American opponent, RULON Gardner, hadn't placed higher than 5th in the world up until this point, and even lost to Karelin 5-0 before. But Karelin
a
lost
good
his grip
underdog
and a
story.
point
Let's
to
go.
Gardner in the second period. Number 8.
Wait, whoa. Did he only lose 1 point? Surely not. Like, did he not beat him?
And even lost to Karelin 5-0 before. But Karelin lost his grip and a point to Gardner in the second period.
I'm assuming he won, because thing is, I know it's great if he were just taking a point against him, like, it hasn't been done in ages, you've never been ranked top 5, but come on, it's a point. But if you've won 1-0 and you've won, then fair play, you celebrate. I'm assuming he's won, because there's no way he's cheering that much to winning a point against him, surely. Let me know in the comments, I don't know.
Number
fair
8.
play.
Mary Lou Retton wins a gymnastic first.
Okay.
A little girl from West Virginia dealt a stunning blow to the Eastern Bloc during the Cold War when Mary Lou Retton brought home Olympic gold in 1984. Before
wow.
Retton, Team USA was never able to wrest Olympic gold from the Eastern Europe in the individual all-around gymnastics event. She came into the event trailing Romania's Ekaterina Szabo, and she even had undergone a knee operation just 5 weeks before competing.
Yeah, now that is incredible when you put it that way. Again, I don't really know the history of the US in the Olympics back then. I know they're pretty dominant in a lot of things, even gymnastics nowadays. But going through a knee injury, that's got to be like, not many people have done that, and then 5 weeks later, or even a year later, been able to compete at the highest level. Because no matter how well the knee surgery or the recovery's gone, you're never going to be the same, but fair play.
In Retton's own words, she believes her performance showed that American-born and trained athletes can do anything,
Definitely,
no matter
man.
what the odds are.
100%.
1999 Women's World Cup Final. The 1999 Women's World Cup came down to a shootout tiebreaker against the Chinese. With the score...
It's penalty kicks. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I don't judge. You guys don't judge me all the time for absolutely whiffing American football. I just, you know what? Sometimes I get corrected that much coming towards me in a nice way. You just want to be like, yeah, let's correct someone else. But again, I'm not the most familiar with the women's football, to be honest with you. Especially in 99, it definitely wasn't very popular. But then again, looking at the crowds, the USA has turned out, haven't they? It's getting a lot more popular nowadays, which is obviously awesome for them. But the crowd's a lot bigger than what I'd have expected for 99. And I never knew the USA was in the final then. I know they're quite dominant nowadays in women's soccer, but learn something new every day from a fan of soccer. There we go.
We're tied 0-0 in extra time.
0-0.
The US team would end up winning based on penalty.
Oh, whoa.
Tied 0-0 in extra time. The US team...
I know you guys don't really care about soccer that much. But there is a rule in soccer where before the ball is kicked, you're not actually allowed to leave the line. And the keeper's just absolutely rushed out. Like, fair play. If the ref hadn't caught it, and maybe it wasn't a rule back then. Again, I was only born in 99. But wow, man, fair play.
Would end up winning based on penalties. It wasn't so much the gameplay that mattered, it was the draw. With 90,000 spectators.
90,000.
It was the largest turnout for a women's sporting event
wow,
ever.
That's incredible.
The lasting image of the US win would be Brandi Chastain's post-penalty kick celebration of the victory, where she fell to her knees and took off her jersey, revealing the sports bra seen around the world.
Fair play.
That image became one of Sports Illustrated's most iconic covers ever. Number 6. Joe Louis knocks out a Nazi.
Okay.
In 1938, Hitler was still touting the Germans as a master race, while German athletes competed the world over for top honors. On June 22nd, Max Schmeling met American champion, the Brown bomber Joe Louis. The first time the two met in 1936, Schmeling took advantage of a moment when Louis dropped his left hand after a jab, allowing Schmeling to give Louis his first loss in the 12th round of that fight. That would not happen again. With the world listening via radio and more than 70,000 watching in Yankee Stadium, Louis unloaded on Schmeling, knocking him down 3 times in just 2 minutes.
What a beast, let's
Schmeling
go.
was only able to throw 2 punches in the whole 1-round match.
Wow, that is dominant, and damn, he absolutely rocked him from minute
Number
1 there,
5,
wow.
the champ lights the Olympic torch. Lighting the Olympic flame at the end of the torch relay is an honor reserved for a legendary Olympic athlete from the host country. Does it get more legendary than the greatest Muhammad Ali?
What a legend,
Except
man.
in 1996, the identity of the one who would light the flame was a close-kept secret. Even swimmer Janet Evans, who was handing the torch off, didn't know to whom she was handing it. Ali was stricken with Parkinson's disease and had long since retired by this point. When Ali emerged to take the Olympic torch and light the flame, the sound in Atlanta was less a roar of applause and more of the collective gasp of elated surprise as the once great boxer, shaking, lit the torch.
What a legend. It's honestly brought tears to my eyes. Oh my god. What an absolute legend, man. again, it's awful getting old, isn't it, with disease and stuff like that, but what a moment, man. Fair play.
Number 4. Rick Monday saves the flag. Remember the MLB outfielder Rick Monday? He might be before most of our audience's time, but Monday was with the Los Angeles Dodgers' 1981 World Series winning team. Before that, he was the top prospect in the 1965 Major League Baseball draft.
Let's go.
Somewhere in between, he saved Old Glory from public degradation. In 1976, Monday was with the Chicago Cubs, visiting the Dodgers. With Monday in center field during the 4th inning, 2 protesters jumped the outfield fence and tried to burn a flag on live television.
Oh man,
Monday,
you can't be doing
seeing
that.
what was about to transpire, ran over and
legend.
snatched the lighter fluid-soaked flag. The protesters were arrested, and Monday was able to keep the flag.
Oh, what a legend.
Ever since that day, Monday used the actual flag to raise money for military families.
Oh, fair play.
Number 3,
what a guy.
The president's post-9/11 opening pitch. It might be hard to imagine the leader of the free world facing a new global war on terrorism, being psyched out by throwing the first pitch in Yankee Stadium. But in his own words, he absolutely was. Thousands of New Yorkers came to the stadium to watch President George W. Bush throw the pitch to open Game 3 of the 2001 World Series.
It's the
It was
little
also
things, isn't
just
it? It really
weeks
is.
after 9/11. He didn't want Americans to think the president was incapable of finding the plate. But as he practiced, Yankee Derek Jeter told him that he needed to both throw from the mound and not in front as originally planned, and not bounce it. They'll boo you, he told the president.
Oh.
Bush, shaken but loose, walked onto the
Pressure, man.
field and threw a strike to an eruption of applause.
Thing is though, like, people probably looking at that saying, yeah, I could do that. Like, if it was on my line and I had to do it, I could probably do it, you know, pace off and make sure I hit it. But you're talking in front of thousands of people. Like, you've got up in the air about the disaster and stuff like that. You've been told you're going to boo. That is a lot of pressure, man. A lot of people that'll be slipping out of their hands, or they'll be dragging it, or release it to it. It'll be a disaster for a lot of people. So fair play, Bush. Fair play.
Number 2, the Buckeye bullet burns Hitler. Before he ever arrived in Berlin for the 1936 Olympic Games, Jesse Owens had already set 3 world records and tied another. At Ohio State, he won 8 individual NCAA championships, which was a record in its own right. When he arrived in Berlin, he knew Nazi Germany was using the games as a showcase for its racial policies, but he was determined to compete anyway. Owens went on to win 4 gold medals in 1936, an unrivaled achievement until some 50 years later when Carl Lewis did the same in 1984.
Wow.
When Owens won gold in the long jump, the Olympic Committee told Hitler he had to greet all the winners or none at all. Hitler opted for none. As Owens won other events, Hitler would leave early. Nazi minister Albert Speer would later write that Hitler was, quote, highly annoyed by the series of triumphs by the marvelous colored American runner.
Yeah, fair play. That is just a massive middle finger up to him. I absolutely love that. Like, he's there, he's trying to make it his game, just a middle finger. Like, yeah, you're not going to stop me. Absolutely batter everyone else. Fair play,
Jesse
man.
Owens. End quote. Number 1, the miracle on ice.
I should have really guessed this one. We have seen this. If you want to see the reaction, search it on my channel. I was absolutely mind blown. What a day. But yeah, let's relive it again.
Would you bet money on a bunch of college amateurs taking on the world's greatest hockey team in a competition for Olympic gold? Not many would, and not many did, as it turns out. That was the situation Team USA faced in the 1980 Winter Olympics. It was a tough time for the United States. With hostages in Iran, an energy crisis, and runaway inflation, it looked like the American dream was coming to an end. But no words echoed through the ages like Al Michaels' "Do you believe in miracles?" as Team USA topped the Soviet Union 4-3 in one of the biggest upsets
some things,
in
man.
sports
It is
history.
amazing.
That's our list. We hope it made you as proud as it made us.
I mean, again, I'm not American, but I was proud. I got emotional in some of the moments, and I hope you guys did for the right reasons, like the Mahari Lee stuff and all that. I hope it didn't bring back too many bad memories on the other ones. But what an awesome video. What an awesome country. Very patriotic, which I absolutely love. And yeah, if you want me to check out any more of these events in more detail, let me know any videos. Any reactions, let me know in the comments, guys. If you enjoyed it, smash that like button. Smash that subscribe button as well. You're absolute legends. And I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.